Hey everyone, and welcome back to Six Ashes for the next episode in our Let's Play series. So we are now into late autumn, a bit of a nippy start to the morning, only 4 degrees, and our final 3 cornfields are now ready to harvest. So we'll get cracking on those straight away, starting with this one here. And a couple of other jobs we might do. One is we need to get the allotment area sorted. We haven't done any work up there for a while, so we need to get some manure, which will probably buy a pallet because we don't have any from the pigs just yet. One thing I also want to do is get the pigs some straw bedding, so we'll need to get a straw blower to do that, so then we can start getting some manure from the actual pigs to use on the allotments. So hope everyone's had a great weekend. Hope you've all enjoyed it as much as you can. I'm recording this before the weekend, so it's not happened for me just yet, so I'm hoping to have a productive weekend. I've got a list of jobs to get done, so quite a busy weekend. I'm still very busy doing a lot of work on the house and garden at the moment, trying to get all that done. So pretty much every free minute I have, if I'm not recording or editing, is spent doing other work around the house and garden, trying to get all that done, making the most of the nice weather as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed your weekend. So last week's episode, as I mentioned, I had a problem recording, so hoping everything's gonna be okay from now on. I've sorted the issue out. I did check before I started recording today that the microphone hadn't switched back, so we should be all good. So yeah, last week's episode was meant to be posted the week before, so it was actually a week late. I got it all recorded, edited, rendered, uploaded in time for Tuesday, and then YouTube decided to take 4 days to fully process it into the HD version, so I decided to hold it off for a week and post it on the following Tuesday, which was last week, or this week for me. Unfortunately I didn't get much time over in between that to get the other videos recorded that I wanted to, but hopefully everything from now on should be as per the schedule. I'm finally managed to get ahead by quite a few days, so yeah, hopefully everything from now on will go as planned, and I should hopefully also have a little bit more free time, as long as I can keep on top of the videos, to get the mod lists updated and finally sort out the save games for No Man's Land. And yeah, I don't know how I was going to do Wilhelmina and that. I might still put it up, but yeah, as it's been a while since it's finished, I don't know if there'll be much interest in that save game anymore, but I will look into getting those sorted as well. So yeah, quite a lot to do. So we've got the 3 fields of corn to do. As I mentioned, we've got the 2 down by the allotments. We did one last time, and then we've got this one here. I also do want to try and get another load of pigs today, and also want to remember I did do a fertilising contract on field 50. I have saved the game and quit and come back in. I haven't actually checked to see whether the contract's still up, so let me just check. Yeah, so yeah, field 50 completed, so that's 13,196, so we'll collect that. So that takes us up to 38,000. The main reason I wanted to do what that was, we need to pay the £10,000 for the loan for this period. I also want to get the next load of pigs, which I think, if I remember, was around about 5,000–6,000. Plus also, as we now into late autumn, so next time we'll be into early winter. I do want to get the small area of forest by the allotment, which is around 17,000, so I wanted to buy that. So main reason was just to get the money so we could afford that to work over winter. Unfortunately, potato harvesting wise, the only 2 contracts that I got to come up were on fields 8 and 9, which are just far too big. I just don't have the time to have done those, so we didn't get any potatoes, but next year we'll probably look to try and get a small field of our own and get some potatoes in, so then the following winter we can have a go at doing the potato washing and sorting over winter, to have a go at doing that, something a bit different, something to do over winter, and also to increase the profits on the potatoes. So there was a few other fields, yeah, but they just didn't come up. I think field 43, no, 49 had potatoes, and the contract came up for that, but I could only get the contract to come up with the small potato harvester, which is like the 1.8 metre working width, and there was no way I was going to attempt that field with the small potato harvester. Had it been the larger potato harvester, I would have probably taken that contract. We could have had to go at doing that this winter, but I say in farming nothing's guaranteed. So we are just coming up to being full for our first load on the corn. So again, with the other fields, we did lose out on the yield, only having the 2 fertilising stages rather than the 3. Hopefully that problem won't be a thing now after we've got through this first year. That's going to change the save game. So 96, I don't know if we'll make it to the end of the field. 97, might just be a bit short. So we'll get this unloaded, finish off that tiny little bit. Oh, that was so close to the end of that row. Yeah, we'll get this unloaded, finish off that tiny little bit, then we'll head up to the next 2 fields to get those done. That's another 7,500 metres. I think we've, even with the low yield, we'll have plenty of corn from the fields. We've already got 14,400 off the first field we did, plus another 7,500 here, so we need around about, I think I said around about 35,000 litres to have enough of a ratio of corn to the other crops we've got to keep the pigs going, which I think will be plenty until we can get some more next year. So I don't think we need to worry too much, and as I said before, we can always sell the pigs early if need be, if we start running low on food. We could actually sell them now for a profit. So our current pigs are worth £292 and we can buy new ones for 268. So already we could actually make a little profit. Not worth driving up to take them there to sell them at that point. It would be a very, very small profit, but it's still a profit at the end of the day. So yeah, I'll keep those usually to around about 0.8 years, and then we'll sell them on, which usually generally over double. So I think they get to around about 750 to 800 in value, and then the new ones at that point will be less than half that. So it should make a decent amount every, and I say if we stagger the purchasing of loads of pigs, so if we get another load today, they'll be ready at a different point, so we're not taking hundreds and hundreds of pigs each time. Then we'll have a regular income from those is the plan. So we'll get enough to, well, we'll just keep buying loads until we've get to a point where it looks like we may not have enough food if we get more, or yeah, we'll just have to judge it as we go. That turned off, so I'll just check now what the feed requirement is. So far it's showing that 14,778 litres for the year, estimated food required for the year. That's based on the current requirements at that weight, so that should increase as the pigs gain more weight. They'll require more feed, so not quite sure how we'll go about. Obviously when we get the next load of pigs, that's going to increase again. So I think if we have 35,000 litres of corn, and then the other ones, that'll be around about 70,000 litres of feed we'll have in total. So I think we'll probably just look at keep buying pigs until we get around about 50,000 estimated food required, and I think then we should probably hold back a little bit, depending where we are in the year then, or in the seasons. So I'll just get this last little bit unloaded. I'll get that put into the shed and storage, then we'll head up to the next two fields and we'll get those done. Okay, so down at the next two fields, I've just finished harvesting field 27. I'll just put this tiny last little bit off that field. So we've got one full load and then that 391, so what's it, 7,891 litres off field 27. So we'll get field 26 done now, and this will be our last field to harvest this year. It looks like the same problem on field 24. There might be a few bits around the edges that I can't quite harvest. These are all going to need reploughing anyway, following the corn. So hopefully we can tidy up these edges a little bit and remove that issue. So with that 7,800 litres, and that takes us up to just below 30,000 in total. So we'll get plenty off this field, and we should have more than enough corn. So we might even have a little bit we could sell, but probably not enough to make it worth it. We'll see once we've finished. And I say our allotments just here. So it does look like the greenhouses still have a bit of water, and there is some crops in there. They are fully out of manure, so we're not making as much off those as we could be. So definitely want to try and get at least one pallet of manure put into that for now, and then next time we should have our own manure from the pigs. We get them a bit of straw once we get a bale shredder. So amongst these fields as well, we do have a few weeds here and there, which again is a little bit annoying, considering the fact that we did all the herbicide spraying in the earlier episode. I don't know if there's any in this one. There was in the last field. I think there was a few in the first field we did. Obviously when I did the easy development controls, I forgot to set the yeah, there's a few weeds there. I forgot to set the spray, so the fields have been sprayed with herbicide. Never mind. So we'll have fresh start in the spring with all these fields anyway for our second year. So I'm going to continue getting this harvested, and then we can look at getting our next load of pigs and sorting out the allotment. Right, so I'm just going to finish unloading, filling up the trailer. There's only a little bit left, and I'm going to take that up to get it unloaded back at the farm. Now I'm just going to leave a worker to carry on with this while I go and do that. Just set a worker off going up this row. And while I do that, we'll go and empty this. So it's another 14,500 litres in here. So yeah, we'll get this unloaded. So this small area of forest here is the one we're going to look at buying, which actually while we're here, we've got the money, we'll sort that out. So it's only a very small area, and the plan is to, I don't know if we'll clear all of it, as yeah, it's a small area, but there's still quite a few trees in there. So the plan will be to, wrong menu, to do some work in this over winter. So you can see here this small area, so 17,510. We'll do a bit of work in this over winter to earn a little bit of extra money, and the plan is to, once it's into spring, the ground's not frozen, we'll lease a tree planter and replant it with new trees. So I don't think the area is big enough to really utilise for anything else, and I would rather put the trees back in, although we won't be we won't reach a point where we'll get to cut them down again, I don't think, as they do take quite a while in seasons to grow, which obviously, as they would in the real world, trees don't grow in overnight. Some species grow a little bit quicker than others, but the ones in this scale, I think it's 5 full in-game years till they're fully grown. So definitely we won't get to cut them down again. Well, this area of forest all along here as well is, I think, around about 140,000. Possibly something we may in the future have enough money to buy that, but yeah, that's a not in the immediate plans for what we want to do. So we'll go and get this dumped. What I also want to do is repay that loan while I'm thinking about it. I say our worker is blocked, which I don't know where he's stuck on, maybe the hedge at the end of the field. Yeah, well, we're going to check that out. So I thought I'd left enough room for him to turn, obviously not. Let's hope the new workers in FS22 are much improved, although we still haven't quite seen the all the information about the new workers, at least at this point on recording this. We haven't. I think there's still a little bit giants have not shown about that yet, so it'll be interesting to see what they have in store for that. We need to go back a little bit more. So yeah, still a few features we haven't seen fully yet. I'm sure it'll be over the next few weeks we'll start seeing more and more about what's coming up in the game, and also some of the new equipment and vehicles. I did briefly show in the FarmCon 2 older tractors, an older John Deere and Massey Ferguson, which I'm sure will please a few people to see some older equipment. They still do all that thing about the used equipment. I used the used equipment mod briefly on No Man's Land, I think it was. While it's a fantastic mod, I still think the whole used equipment, the way it works, is not quite right. The fact that basically all it does is just give you a discount on a piece of machinery then that you just need to repair, and it's more or less back to brand new. So it's kind of, I think for me, to have a used equipment feature in the game, there needs to be a little bit more to it. So whether it's higher maintenance costs the more hours a piece of equipment has, or whether it's got like a breakdown mechanic that older equipment is less reliable, so more prone to breakdowns. I say again, that higher maintenance cost, so it costs more to repair or maintain than a new equipment. There needs to be some kind of trade-off, or maybe after so many hours the horsepower is slightly less than what it is brand new. Otherwise you're just buying a piece of equipment that's exactly the same as a new one, just a few scratches and scuffs on, but they both operate exactly the same. There's no kind of negative to owning the used equipment, so it's towards kind of to the point where it's what's the point in buying new when you can just buy a used one for less money that does exactly the same thing. So for me, for the used equipment to kind of work properly, it needs something else other than just buying something that's got warm paint and the maintenance just needs doing. To me, I just think this, yeah, it's not really used equipment. It's just there's no trade-off for it. So I'd love to see it as a feature in the game. I don't think it was something Giants will ever do. But maybe another mod, or an slightly improved mod, enhanced mod that will add a little bit more to that kind of feature would be good. But yeah, it's one of those, would be nice to see, but whether we will ever see anything like that, I don't know. But yeah, definitely having something more of a impact on how older machinery works and operates. So kind of get to the point where you kind of think about changing your equipment and upgrading it for newer stuff, just to reduce maintenance costs or reliability. You know, if you've got a tractor or combine that's got a huge amount of hours on and it's constantly breaking down, then you may want to look at upgrading it. So I think some kind of breakdown system would be good as well. Definitely think that would be a nice feature, and it also, again, it does make it that kind of thing that you're not just going to buy one tractor and that's it. It does everything. It's going to last you. You never need to buy another one. But again, I don't think it's something we'll see from Giants themselves. So if it does ever happen, it'll be a mod. How easy that would be to implement, I have no idea. I've just noticed we are quite low on fuel on this, so hopefully we'll have enough to get this finished off. Yeah, but let me know your thoughts on the used equipment mod. Do you use it? Do you think it's basically just a discount mod where you just buy equipment with a discount? It doesn't really offer that much in terms of buying used equipment. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. I'll be interested to hear what you think about that, and some sort of breakdown system. Right, so we're coming up just the last little bit of field 26. So another 2,400 litres so far. So we'll probably get around about 3,500 litres in total, plus what we've got in this trailer. And that will be all our harvesting finished for our first year on 6 Ashes. It's taken quite a while to get to this point, not in terms of how long it's taken us in game time, but I mean in real life time, with the quite a big gap between the first few episodes and where we are now. But I say I'm really hoping to continue this series on, possibly right up until the release of FS22. We'll finish just before then, seeing how we go. Well, yeah, looking forward to really progressing on this map. It is one of my favourite British maps on FS19, although I will say I can't compare it to a lot. There's so many maps I haven't even downloaded to have a look at or played on. There's just far too many maps to try and play on all of them. There's, yeah, just so many really good maps that I've not been able to get time to play on. So I was thinking possibly for FS22 having some kind of like episode limit on one of the kind of series, like have one time-lapse series that kind of might be a longer term series, but then have whatever the other map will be that's kind of like a limited amount of episodes, so we only go to a set amount of episodes and then we change map. That way then we can try out more maps over the course of the game. Because in total on 19, I don't think I've really played that many different maps, and there's so many maps I would have really loved to have had a go on, and I've just not been able to find the time to fit in with some of the other series as well going on long, like Wilhelmina Forest, Grizzly Mountain, and like No Man's Land, all like 100 episodes or just over. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on that. It'll be kind of like maybe 30 episodes maximum, so we get to 30 episodes, do as much as we can in that time, and then move on to another map. And then the other series that will be running along at the same time, maybe a longer term series, but we always have that one kind of block of maps where we only do a certain amount of episodes and then we move on to the next one, just so I think over the course of 19 to FS22 should say, that we get to explore more maps and see different things, try out different things more. And considering what we are like, so I get this random problem sometimes where you can't get out of the vehicle after putting follow me on. I have no idea why, and the only way I found to get around it is to switch vehicle via the menu. So I can get in and out now, but I couldn't get out of the Ford for some reason. Yeah, not sure what that problem is. It only seems to happen on this map, so I'm assuming it's one of the other mods I've got installed that's conflicting with that follow me, and it only happens occasionally, so yeah, it's a bit of a random one. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on that, on having a maybe like 2 days of the week where we have one series that does only go to a maximum 25-30 episodes, say, and then we move on. Because 19's been out for almost 3 years, and I can't remember how many maps I've done. Some series didn't get very far because there just wasn't enough interest in the views, like Erlingrat. Sandy Bay was another one. I will admit, partly Sandy Bay probably didn't get a huge amount. I didn't enjoy the map myself, to be honest. It was the first time I'd ever played Sandy Bay. I know for a lot of people I've got a lot of good memories from earlier versions of the game and that map, but for me, I don't know why, there was just something about it I didn't quite take to. I just never had a good feeling on that map, and I didn't really enjoy it that much. Where this one, I could spend hours on this map. It's that kind of thing. Some maps give people different feelings and they enjoy it more. And it's difficult when people say what's the best map. I don't think you could pick. I think everybody would have a slightly different map that they find as their favourite for various different reasons. But yeah, I couldn't pick one. I couldn't say what is the best map because I just haven't been on every map. It'd be unfair to say like this is the best British map when I haven't played on many other British maps on 19. But yeah, I do really like this map. So we'll stop the workout just there. I'll get the combine put away. One thing I do really need to look at getting is a pressure washer. Get the combine folded up so we can actually fit it in here. Yeah, our equipment's a little bit dirty. I won't get one now because I don't think we'll have enough money. because I still want to get the next load of pigs, and now we need to pay off the loan as well. So possibly something we'll look at in winter. We'll get a pressure washer, get all the equipment cleaned off, repaired and put away then for winter. So something we'll probably do next time. Once we've got a bit of money from clearing the trees. Need to get in a little bit more. So there's another 10,000 litres in the trailer. How much have we got in there? So 36, so that takes up to about 47,000. So that's about 12,000 more than we need. Just going to clear the roof. Nope. Definitely want to get the grain storage changed next year if we have the money. Get a different sort of silo to store our crops in. So that's empty. And we'll just get this closed up. So 47,205. We do need to feed the pig. Oh, the pigs are fine for now. They desperately need water and cleaning out. So one thing I will probably do is get the broom mod, which works like this chainsaw. You just scroll through and then you can use that to clean out the feed area. Don't think I have it enabled. I will quickly check, and we can get the pigs cleaned out and quickly top up their water as well. Just get this disconnected. So yeah, let's just check the fill the water up because it is rather low, and then we'll just check the. I think it's under miscellaneous. I don't think. Yeah, I've got this one, but this one's different. This one you have to go and pick up from the store, and you pick up and handle. The other one I haven't got enabled, which I'll do for next time. Works under the same thing as like the chainsaw, so you can just flip it on and off. So we'll get this parked up, as we are finished with this for now. So we'll quickly pay off the loan for this period before I forget. So repay another 10,000. So we're down to 410,000 payoff before we finish up. So still quite a way to go, but we are almost a fifth paid off. I think it was 500,000 we initially had. So we are making progress on that. I would like to see an improved loan system. That would be a really good way. You can set it to automatic repayments, and then you have different interest rates based on how much you borrow, rather than just having 5,000 installments. You could take out a fixed loan of like 100,000, then you have fixed repayments each period, then obviously different loan interest rates based on how quick you pay it off and stuff like that. I think that would be quite good to see. And again, I don't think it's something we probably will see. Unfortunately, I think it will probably be the same. So what we're going to do is we'll go and get the next load of pigs, and we'll take the Land Rover this time. I'll get this hooked up, that cable connected up. Yeah, so we'll go and get the next load of pigs, and we'll get those in, and that'll take us up to 36 in total. And we'll quickly top up their feed, and then we'll look at trying to get the manure and the straw sorted out. Right, so we'll get the next 18 Berkshire pigs. So we want the Berkshires, and we want 18 in total to fill the trailer. Here we go, so that's 4,845, which I think is actually a little bit cheaper than how much we paid for the last 18, so confirm that. So it looks like the price is slightly going down. So that leaves us with 6,423, which we'll need to lease a little bit of forestry equipment for next time. So the plan for doing the forestry will be, we'll lease a logging trailer. So I want to do some logging. I don't want to wood chip all of it, although I do know the price of wood chips on this map is extremely generous. So we'll probably lease the small wood chipper, and then we'll wood chip like the small offcuts and the end bits that aren't really worth loading up to sell as logs. But predominantly we'll be just doing logs on the trailer. So we'll lease a logging trailer and a small wood chipper for that. So we need the money for that for winter. Okay, so let's get our next load of pigs in. So we can do this. I do really like the reverse camera mod. A bit like ETS2, you can lean out the window. Let's get this opened up. And let's get our next load in. Oh, wrong way round. So there's the next 18 in, and that takes up to 36. Get that gate shut before they all run off. So their feed hasn't actually gone down that much. So the estimated food requirement has now gone up to 28,000 for the year. So don't need to worry about feeding them. I'll really top up their water. So I'll feed them off camera before the next episode, as we did that in the last one anyway. So I'm going to get this parked up, and then we'll go and get a bale shredder so we can give them some straw. What I probably will do is we'll leave the manure. I don't think it's worth buying a pallet of manure just for the greenhouses for now. We may as well leave that until the pigs have done, because come next time we should have a little bit of manure we can use for the allotment anyway. So let's get this disconnected. I can park this back up, and we'll just swap back over to the tractor, and then we can head up to the store to get a bale shredder. We can park that very well. Need to straighten up it so I can actually get out. There we go. Right, so we'll go and grab this bale shredder, and then we can give the pigs some bedding. Okay, so we are up at the store, so we can get our bale shredder. So we want animals, and the one we're going to go for is the FK machinery. So I have also got these ones from Robert, I think it's pronounced. I think it's a French company, but correct me if I'm wrong on that. They are a little expensive. So these are 3-point loaded ones as well. But yeah, we can't afford one of those. So this one's a little bit cheaper. So it's also a 3-point link mounted one. So a little bit different. This one's a little bit cheaper, but these are quite big and heavy. It would mean constantly having to keep putting the rear weight on the back to use one of these on the front loader. Especially when you've got a bale in there as well. They are, yeah, quite heavy bits of kit. So we'll go for this one. It's nice and compact. So it goes on the 3-point link as well. So nice and easy to use. So that's 3,700 for that. And also I have now enabled the broom, so we can get that. So this is this one. It's £50 to buy, which is a very expensive broom. It's like gold-plated bristles or something. But that one now works just by scroll through, same as getting your chainsaw or any other hand tools. So it's always there, so you don't have to worry about picking it up, finding it. You've always got it with you. I don't know where you keep it, maybe strapped to your back or something. But it's a bit like those games where you've got an inventory that you can carry about 50 different weapons. It's just like, where do you put them all? we'll get this hooked up. Don't cables, don't think there's a PTO, it's all hydraulic. So we'll get back, we'll get the bale into this. One thing, just remind, we do have some sort of bale spike. Yeah, we have the Fleagle one. Just trying to think then, do we have a bale spike? Yes, of course we do. I used it to load up the straw bales onto the trailer. So yeah, we'll get back, get a bale into this, and then we can give the pigs some bedding so we can start getting some manure. Right, so we'll get the front loader up to, actually I think we'll just use the pallet forks instead, which will be much easier than the bale spike we currently have. So what we need to do is drop this down somewhere so we can get a bale into it. I know this does have a I think it does have a built-in bale spike similar to the Warzy, but it's not very easy to use. So we need to go straw bale out of here. Do need to find somewhere to put these permanently in storage rather than leaving them on the trailer. Maybe it's a job over winter. We'll look at getting these sorted out, find somewhere to put them, and get these pallets of lime tidied up as well. This was one of those fun with these tight, compact British yards, short on space. It kind of reminds me of a farm near mine. I want pallet forks that don't spike bales. Would be the way, wouldn't it? Just trying to think what pallet forks these are. And if these are the pallet forks that come with a realistic seeder mod. It's been that long since I got them, I can't remember which ones they actually are, and that's why they don't have a collision on the bales. And they've got like a locking script on possibly. So we use this one anyway, which is a little bit big just for single bale handling. So maybe we'll look at getting a single bale spike. So this one's going to be a little bit awkward. It's one of those things, if it didn't have manual attachment, I'll just hook the trailer up, pull it out and then move it. Manual attach, such a, adding that little bit of realism is also a bit of a pain at times. Single bale in here. I don't think the pigs will require much at the moment. That dropped in there. And we'll get that hooked back up. And we can give our pigs some bedding. We will keep them with straw all the time from now on because I'd rather have the manure on the pigs than having slurry. So don't forget to connect to the hydraulics. Go. As I said previously, the pigs don't produce that much slurry or manure anyway, so I doubt we'll get enough from how many pigs we will end up with to have enough to make it worth spreading onto fields for fertiliser. So while we're here, we'll just quickly clean this up with a brush, nice and easy, rather than keep hooking up the bucket and driving in here with the bucket on the front loader. We can just use our little broom, which is nice and handy. So that's all the straw topped up. So our pigs now have bedding, so we can start producing manure, which we'll take up to the greenhouses next time. So I think for now we'll leave it there. So hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, then please don't forget to give it a like, I really do appreciate it. And if you do have any questions, comments, then please leave them down below. Again, I've been extremely busy over the last few weeks, so I haven't been able to respond to any comments from the previous episode yet. To be honest, I haven't really had a chance to actually sit down and look through them, which hopefully will get time to do this weekend. Might get an hour or so just to read through the comments and that, so apologies if you've left any recommendations or comments about FarmCom and that. I just haven't had a chance to read through them. Still, like I said before, extremely busy with housework and getting the garden all tidied up and sorted. So yeah, if you do have any questions, I will try my best over this weekend to answer them. And if you've not yet subscribed to the channel, then please do consider subscribing. We've got more Farm Simulator 19 videos coming up with the Let's Plays here and time-lapse series. And again, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.